Good evening and welcome to ICU TV Main News. We take a look at the top stories making headlines. The Higher Education Authority warns public against enrolling in illegally operating higher education institutions. Traders at Chalala's Munyaule market raises concerns over power outages. 2026 salary talks for public service workers officially opened. In international news, Nigeria dismisses Trump's claims on Christian persecutions. In sports news, Chilufya to miss 2025 Afcon after knee injury. Presenting the news, I am Yamba Margaret, and now the news in details. The Higher Education Authority has warned the public against enrolling in 4 illegal institutions: Broken Hill College of Applied Science and Education, Chibombo University College, Afcon University, and Serenge University College. They are not registered under the Higher Education Act and are not operating illegally. Higher Education Authority says qualifications from such institutions won't be recognized and affect future opportunities. We apologize for the inconvenience caused earlier. We had some technical challenges. But to continue with the news, the Higher Education Authority has warned the public against enrolling in 4 illegal institutions: Broken Hill College, Chibombo University College, Afcon University, and Serenge University College. They are not registered under the Higher Education Act and are operating illegally. The Higher Education Authority says qualifications from such institutions won't be recognized and affect future opportunities. The public is urged to verify registration status before enrolling.
This is a press release from the Higher Education Authority issued on 30th October 2025. Issued by Mr. Bibo Boniface Msoba, Corporate Communications Officer, Higher Education Authority. HEA confirms compliance by Mpika College of Education and Supershine University. The Higher Education Authority wishes to inform members of the public that compliance matters previously raised against Mpika College of Education, registration number HEA 139, and Supershine University, registration number HEA 057, have been satisfactorily resolved following regulation engagement and corrective action by both higher education institutions. In February 2025, the authority issued directives to the 2 higher education institutions on matters relating to the enrollment of students without prescribed minimum entry requirements and the offering of learning programs that were not accredited by the authority. The college and the university where the college and the university were instructed to rectify these breaches in line with the Higher Education Act 2013 as read together with the Higher Education Amendment Act 2021 and the Higher Education General Regulations 2024. Following full considerations of reports submitted, the authority is pleased to confirm that 1. Mpika College of Education has regularized the learning status of all affected students and has aligned its enrollment processes with minimum entry qualifications requirement. 2. Supershine University has ceased the delivery of unaccredited programs and is undertaking the necessary steps to ensure that its program offering meet accreditation standards. Accordingly, no punitive measures will be applied and both higher education institutions are expected to maintain continued compliance going forward. The authority commends the willingness of the two institutions to cooperate with regulatory directives and to take corrective actions in the interest of safeguarding quality in higher education provision. The authority further reiterates that 1. All higher education institutions must enroll students who meet the legally prescribed minimum entry qualifications. 2. Only accredited learning programs may be offered and advertised. 3. Any deviation from these requirements remains a breach of law and will attract regulatory action, including suspension of programs, relegation of institution status, or deregistration. Therefore, the authority strongly warns members of the public against enrolling in any private higher education institution that is not registered with the authority and against pursuing any learning program in either private or public institutions that are not accredited. To verify the registration status of private and the accreditation status of learning programs at both private and public institutions, the public is advised to visit our official website www.hea.org.zm or email info@hea.org.zm or call 0976 936 658. 0976 936 658. The Higher Education Authority remains committed to ensuring quality, integrity, and public confidence in Zambia's higher education system. Compliance with regulatory standards is not optional, and the authority will continue to monitor institutions under its jurisdictions to uphold these standards.
Traders at Chalala's Munyaule market have raised concerns over the ongoing load shedding, saying it has continued to disrupt their business operations. Although the market is powered by a government-provided generator, the traders say its limited operating hours have made it difficult for them to keep their businesses running smoothly, especially those dealing in perishable goods such as meat and vegetables. Misha Kimfune has more in this report.
Traders at Chalala's Munyaule market in Lusaka are raising concerns over the ongoing load shedding that has continued to affect their livelihoods. For many small-scale traders here, electricity is not just a convenience, it is the backbone of their businesses. From the cold storage of perishable goods to simple lighting of evening customers, power outages have disrupted their rhythm of trade. According to the traders, the current power cut schedule has forced them to depend heavily on the industrial generator installed at the market. But even with this alternative comes with its own challenges. Zesco Limited introduced diesel power generator installations in key markets around Lusaka. The initiative is part of the government's short-term mitigation measures to ensure that trading centers continue operating despite frequent power cuts. These generators run from 10 hours in the morning up to 18 hours in the evening.
The generator is okay. It's okay. It's just, it's really helping us. But then, problem is that when it was first brought, Yari pa amaleta I mean Chadambo pa 9 hours and then they change for 10 hours. As we speak up for 10 hours.
His story is echoed by many others. Some traders dealing with perishable items such as fresh fish and meat complain that the restricted generator hours have led to spoilage, resulting in heavy financial losses. The traders have appealed to government and relevant authorities to revise the current load shedding schedules, citing that irregular power cuts are crippling their businesses.
The appeal to my government is just to improve on load shedding schedules.
Beyond the stores, even customers are beginning to feel the impact. Reduced operating hours mean fewer options for shopping in the evenings, and prices have begun to reflect the cost of running generators. Reporting for ICU TV, I am Meshek Mfune.
Acting Secretary to the Cabinet, Siazongo Siakalenge, has officially opened the 2026 salary and conditions of service negotiations for public service workers at Sandy's Creation Resort in Chilanga District. He commended unions for maintaining industrial peace, noting that the government has continued to improve employee welfare through salary increments, recruitment and essential workers, career advancement opportunities, and payments of pension benefits. Mr. Siakalenge also raised concern over rising personal debt among public servants and proposed financial literacy interventions to address the trend. He encouraged unions to submit realistic demands and reflect current economic conditions while government works to balance fiscal sustainability with improved living standards.
We commence the 2026 negotiations for improved salaries and conditions of service for public service workers. Please underline improved salaries and conditions of service. This is extremely important, both for the unions and the government representatives, as well as the chairpersons of the different committees. Let me be quick to express my gratitude and commend you all for ensuring continued stable and cordial industrial relations in the public service and the country at large. May I commend you for adhering to the provisions of the employment laws of our country. By commencing the negotiations for 2026 improved salaries and conditions of service.
We now take our first set of commercials. Please stay tuned for more news after this. and thank you for staying with us. To continue with the news in our local stories, the government has reaffirmed its commitment to completing stalled education infrastructure projects nationwide, with the Ministry of Education inspecting progress on key projects, including the 61 million kwacha Pambashe Boarding Secondary School in Luapula Province. Beauty Konde has more in this report.
The Ministry of Education's Permanent Secretary, Ms. Norian Muneku, has reiterated the government's commitment to completing or stalled education infrastructure projects across the country. During an inspection visit to the 61 million kwacha Pambashe Boarding Secondary School in Kawambwa, Ms. Muneku assured the people of Luapula Province that the government remains firmly committed to finishing these projects. She emphasized that the initiative is part of a broader effort to expand classroom space and accommodate the growing number of learners nationwide.
I've seen a lot of more construction that has gone on here. Finishing touches, some are even done, which is an icing on the cake. So really, people of Luapula should be happy. And in particular, the senior chief Mshota should be very, very happy that the agony he's been experiencing, talking about how long this infrastructure has taken, should not be a thing of the past.
Ms. Muneku further said the Ministry of Education through the government has made a clear commitment to complete or stalled education infrastructure in the country. Whether the projects were stalled 8 or 10 years ago, they must be concluded. President Hakainde Hichilema has not only spoken about this commitment, but has also provided the necessary resources to make it happen. The project, supported by the European Union, will include 27 staff houses and state-of-the-art laboratories. The contractor is on track to complete the project by December 31st.
Through the Minister of Education, from the head of state, has made it a point that whether infrastructure was stored, whether it's 8 years, 10 years ago, it has to be concluded. And he hasn't just said it by word of mouth, he's walked the talk by providing for us all the monies that are required. And even as we speak, there's no one who's going to complain that we are pushing them when yet we haven't given them any money. We are pushing them for a reason that we've provided the financial support, and this infrastructure, in particular Pambashe, where we are today, has to conclude by or before 31st. In fact, I'm saying by 31st because that's a handover time. But I expect that by mid-December, all this should finish.
Reporting for ICU TV News, I am Beauty Konde.
Minister of Agriculture Honorable Ruben Ntolo, MP, has announced that government has so far disbursed over 2 billion kwacha to farmers who supplied maize to the Food Reserve Agency in the 2025 crop marketing season. He disclosed that the FRA bought 1.66 million metric tons of maize worth 11.3 billion kwacha from over 846,000 farmers nationwide. To clear the outstanding balances, government has secured a 5 billion loan facility from commercial banks to speed up payments. Ntolo reaffirmed government's commitment to timely payments, adequate maize shortage, and support for farmers as a key part of Zambia's economic transformation agenda. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has expressed deep concern over the rising number of fire and fire-related incidents recorded across the country, calling on the public to enhance vigilance and prioritize fire safety measures to prevent loss of life and property. In a statement released today, the ministry disclosed that between August and mid-October 2025, over 300 fire incidents were recorded nationwide. These incidents affected residential homes, commercial premises, motor vehicles, and community spaces, resulting in significant property damage worth about 20 million kwacha. Fire brigades under various councils responded swiftly in many cases and managed to save substantial property. However, the frequency of outbreaks remain alarming. Lusaka, Copperbelt, and Central provinces recorded the highest number of incidents during the period under review. Preliminary assessments indicate that most fires were linked to negligence in handling electrical appliances and unattended cooking and open flames, improper waste and bush burning, as well as fuel-related mishandlings. You are still watching ICU TV Main News. We take another break. Stay tuned for international and sports news.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Welcome back. In international news, the Nigerian government has rejected claims by the US President Donald Trump on the persecution of Christians, insisting that religious freedom is protected under its constitution. Foreign Minister Yusuf Taga said Trump's allegations were unfounded and displayed a document titled Nigeria's Constitutional Commitment to Religious Freedom and Rule of Law during a press briefing in Benin. Trump had threatened to cut aid and take military action against Nigeria over what he called the killing of Christians. Nigeria says such statements are misleading and do not reflect the country's commitment to religious tolerance. While still in international news, Israeli artillery shelling continues in southern Gaza while farms and homes are being destroyed in eastern Gaza City, according to reports from journalists on the ground. Meanwhile, 5 Palestinian prisoners released by Israel as part of a ceasefire agreement have been reunited with their families in an emotional scene. The UN agency UNRWA reports that nearly 75,000 displaced people are now sheltering in its damaged and overcrowded facilities. In a separate development, Israel's former top military lawyer has been arrested following the leak of a video showing Israeli soldiers assaulting a Palestinian prisoner. Since the start of Israel's offensive on Ghana in October 2023, at least 68,858 people have been killed and 170,664 injured. According to Gaza health authorities, Israel reported 1,139 deaths during the October 7 Hamas attacks, with around 200 people taken as hostage. We take a short break. Please stay tuned for more news in sports.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Welcome back. In sports news, Zambian winger Edward Chilufya will miss the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations scheduled to take place in Morocco from December 21st, 2025 to January 18th, 2026. Chilufya suffered a knee injury during the latest training camp with the Chipolopolo boys, confirmed by his Danish club Midtjylland on Monday. The 26-year-old offensive player will not be ready to play in 2025 but is expected to return during pre-season in the new year. Chilufya was a key player in Zambia's Afcon qualifying campaign and made his tournament debut in the last edition, while the Chipolopolo did not progress past the group stage after drawing 1-1 with DR Congo and Tanzania and losing 1-0 to Morocco. And that sports item brings us to the end of our main news today. But before we go, a quick recap on the top stories that made headlines. Higher Education Authority warns public against enrolling in illegally operating higher education institutions. Traders at Chalala's Munyaule market raised concerns over power outages. 2026 salary talks for public service workers officially opened. In international news, Nigeria dismisses Trump's claims on Christian persecution. In sports news, Chilufya to miss 2025 Afcon after knee injury. Thank you so much for watching. For more news updates, please stay glued to our Facebook page at ICU TV and our website at icutv.zm.com. Good night.